Hi, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Sun, Moon, or Rising sign of Taurus for the second half of June 2019. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com, all in the description. So we'll just get started here. Taurus, second half of June 2019. Seven of Cups. Lot going on. Let's find out what it is. Let's find out what this is that's going on. Queen of Cups. Okay, so it is emotions. There are either a lot of people around you or offering you relationships, whatever. But there's a lot of. I'm just hearing a lot of input. It could be that you are found to be very attractive, desirable, or whatever, and you have a lot of different people around you. I want to point out one thing about this Queen of Cups from this particular deck. This Queen of Cups always looks like totally put out to me because she's a nurturer and she's a giver and no one loves better than her and no one takes care of better than her. And I get all of that, but that also takes a lot out of her. So I'm just wondering if some of this interaction is exhausting to you because you're very overwhelmed. You do have the card that came up here was the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles, yes, it's the Miser card, but also it can also be a card about kind of reorienting yourself and putting your hands on everything. Like you may have so much emotion swirling around that you're like, I can't make heads or tails of how I even feel. I don't even know how I feel. It feels heavy. Like I feel like it's hard to breathe. Yeah, I just feel like there's some kind of, maybe it's an emotional decision. These two cards just came flying out. You have the Seven of Pentacles with this, which the Seven of Pentacles talks about being really abundant, but yet really being choosy. And that's what we have here. Seven of Cups, very abundant, but it's so diverse. There's all different stuff in. You really want to be choosy as to what's the right thing for you. And this could have to do with this queen too. Like I say, I sometimes think she's kind of like a martyr. Like she's so busy attending to everyone's needs and everyone's emotions and everyone's nurturing that there's nothing left for her. Because, I mean, she looks sad. Like to me, she always looks exhausted by love. She's exhausted by love. So I think with all this input coming in, this Seven of Pentacles is saying, hey, you need to be really... you need to be very choosy about what you allow in, because even just because all this stuff is offered doesn't mean that you have to accept it. You also have here this Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is about a childlike joy. So that's another thing too. Children don't love like this to where they're at that level of exhaustion, and that's just how I feel about this particular spread. I'm not saying the Queen of Cups is always the martyr. I'm just saying right here, this is how this feels, because the Four of Pentacles is also about operating from a place of lack. And I think that she's exhausted by love right now. There's just too much emotional input is more the case. But the Six of Cups is all about childlike joy, childlike love. So if you have an activity or some of these emotions that come in, right, what am I doing right here? If you have that, the ones that make you feel joyful inside, that's the relationship that you want to pursue. That's the time that you want to spend. Let's get some more information. This is a different one here. Okay, you've got the Seven of Wands. 7, 7, 7, 7, sevens, okay? 7, oh, I'm sorry, this is the Five of Wands. Oh, you had those two sevens, so I was like, Five of Wands is about conflict and time-wasting behavior. Just so much time-wasting behavior. I always think this is like the tug of war where nobody wins, or like when you play that card game of war and everybody's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's just such a waste of your time. I think that Seven of Cups that you had with all those different emotions, it's just a lot of it is a waste of your time, and it's exhausting for you. And I really think you want to focus on where you find the joy in your life, because all the rest of it just causes this. And you do have the World. The World is letting you know that while this can feel oppressive is the word I'm hearing, while this can feel oppressive, it can set you free making these decisions. And I think it's a tough decision on what you will and will not involve yourself with, especially with that Queen of Cups. I'm hearing, you want to be everything to everyone all the time. You're always wanting to be everything to everyone, and you can't. It's tiresome. You have to be everything to you, and that's what I'm feeling about this card, this World card, is that everything's available to you, but you need to be available to you. to be able to grasp onto this. And you have here the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands is pretty fast moving energy. So that's another reason that you could feel very overwhelmed by all this stuff that's swirling around you. It could be, people could be having drama and they all want to tell you their side of it. You could be in the middle of some unfortunate drama or some unfortunate issue that's going on and you feel like, ugh. The other thing you have here is the moon. And the moon is all about not seeing things the way they really are. So that's a question you want to ask yourself is, with all this emotion, with all this stuff, am I truly seeing what's actually going on here, or am I making more out of it than it is? Am I involving myself more deeply than I need to? Because maybe you don't need to be fully engaged on every level with all of this stuff. Maybe, like I said, pick the things that really bring you joy, the things that you feel the deepest about, and engage with those. You do have the Fool. So you still have that, you still have this desire for something new. You still have this desire to do something different, I think really different than what you're doing. And I'm hoping that desire wins out. I'm really hoping that it wins out, because you have the Sun following this desire. And that's, again, with that 6 of Cups, you had that childlike joy. Following this desire is going to help you get to this place, which is the Sun. And the Sun is about having a brand new day, a brand new experience, because you know what? That like exhausted, over nurturing, over too many people needing me, too many people attacking, bothering, stressing me, wanting stuff from me. You can't do that for very long. So I'm really hoping that you choose something different moving forward. Especially Taurus, you are the earth signs, and so you're very solid and stable. And a lot of unstable people will put their stuff on you to try to see if maybe you can just handle it for them, and you don't need to do that. And that's again with that Queen, where I was like, wow, she's just always put upon, Yeah, here you have the 5 of Swords. When you decide that you made a little bit of a mess here. When you decide that you do not want to take on everybody else's burdens, problems, stresses, all these other things that were swirling around, and you make the choice to take care of yourself and do something different, people are going to have negative things to say. She's all like whatever, and he's got his 5 of Swords. This is a negative communication. So people may not receive that very well, and really that's not your problem. How they receive everything has nothing to do with you. You need to be true to yourself. You really need, the Fool is authentic. The Fool is very authentic to who he is. And who is that? Wow, 6 of Cups again. This is about you following this passion, this heart, this space where you really feel joy. This is about you following that. And this five of Swords here is like, if somebody has something bad to say about it, that's really their problem and not yours. So I hope that this has resonated for you. I want to thank you so much for watching. Your likes and shares and subscribes really help me know what kind of content you enjoy so that I can provide that. And I just want to thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon.